For the intro of this video, I asked ChatGPT, give me 5 reasons of why I should live in a tiny house. Number 1, cost saving. 2, environmental impact. Simplicity, mobility, creative expression. All great reasons, but I think ChatGPT missed the main reason, and that is because it's freaking awesome. Ist doch krass, oder?
Super krass.
So schön. I want this to be the most cozy place ever. Ja! Ja!
Yes.
Nee! Oh! Geil! This is not a how to draw video. I'm just trying to figure this out. This is my plan so far, the rough design for the kitchen. But we're going to ignore this because we know from experience that it will all be different anyways. Geil, geht. Ich kann nicht hinsehen. I don't want to say dangerous. It wasn't dangerous. If it falls, run. Oh, no, wait. What? Did we even cut this piece? Nein! Wir haben gar keine Platte mehr.
Oh.
Jo, ist scheiße.
Oh my God.
But the good news is, I think we can rescue it pretty easily. When you make stuff, it is promised that you will run into problems. Gut.
It's okay.
Ist das geil! My idea was to turn this old circus wagon that I had and that I've been using as a wood storage into a tiny house. Hey everybody, and welcome to Lise Little. And if you now think to yourself, Laura, did I not see you trying to rescue a 120-year-old house? Why do you not want to live in that house? I can tell you why. There are no walls. The house still does not have walls. So I decided, I always liked living small. Let's just build a tiny house in the meantime so I don't have to stress about getting the big house done as fast as possible. Now I think this is perfect to convert it into a tiny house. It's beautiful and it's there, it's available, and it's the shortest way for me to have a house where I can live in, where I can be warm, and where I can feel at home. And I can put it in the garden of Lieselotte, so I think it's perfect. And I wanted to do it all in 3 months, and I didn't want to spend more than 10,000 euros. Okay, that was the plan. The first task was to separate the trailer from the house, because I still wanted to use the wagon as wood storage. Ja?
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 Ja, kommt! Jawohl!
Okay, geil!
Geil, okay, perfekt, so.
Eins. Geil! Oh, Millimeter!
Alter, was für ein geiles Bild das ist! Fuck! Oh Gott! Wow!
Yeah!
Geil!
Once we had this clean slate, just this trailer alone with nothing on it, it hit me that in a couple weeks there will be a tiny house and everything will be built by us. And this project is off to a fantastic start. I could not be happier. The platform looks really good. So little rust. It looks stable. The tires are okay. We managed to save the house. It's all good. I'm so happy. And a big thing I learned from the big house is to ask for help. And a friend of mine, Semyon, he actually has a company building tiny houses. So I asked him, can we use the plans that you use? Can you maybe come and help me with this? And he was like, hell yeah. It is so nice to work with professionals. We built the whole structure in 6 days. Gosh. Windows, doors, insulation, electricity, floor in 6 days. So of course I thought I was done.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we realized we have a water damage.
Oh.
Jo, ist scheiße. Right, so for waterproofing, the whole house was covered in this black tarp. And that is a water-resistant tarp. It is waterproof for up to 3 months. So I knew I could have the house like this out in the rain for 3 months. And there was enough time for the lap siding to arrive. We had to wait for materials. What I did not know is that we had the heaviest rains and the craziest storms in Germany, and it was just too much for the tarp. Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
No!
Fuck.
There's mold. I'm not kidding. Alter, ist ja voll am Schimmeln schon.
Oh.
It was too much. It couldn't handle it. And we had leaks and the top blew off and it rained inside the insulation. So we had to replace all the insulation and we had to tear out the floor again. This is soaking wet.
Oh my god.
All right, what I learned, big house, big problems. Tiny house, same problems, but tinier. So the water damage was actually very easy to get under control. We replaced some insulation, replaced some floorboards, and that was it. And then finally the wood for the outside facade arrived and we could do that and make the house waterproof. Oh, nice! Ich drehe durch. Ist das geil! Hammer! It is so crazy to see it all come together. All the colors, the materials. Like I only imagined it so far, and now finally having the chance to put the work in and to get it done, it's so satisfying. And I think it was worth all the heartbreak with the water damage. And it's absolutely worth every minute of work we put into this because it's just a beautiful house. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And while I was working on the facade, it was time for another expert. And Martin came and he built the most incredible aluminum roof that I have ever seen, and I am not kidding. Wir brauchen Sticker.
Kamelle!
Ist das geil, ey. Basically plug and play, and then you have a 1000% waterproof roof, which is all I ever wanted. Having experts is not only great because you learn, like you get new knowledge, you also learn about new tools and all these different kind of tongs and pliers and snips and clips and shears and bending tools. I couldn't even tell them apart, and he was just like meep, 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 beep, 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 and then it was done. I'm so happy! It looks so good! I mean, have you seen it? It looks so good! Looking at this, like, I can't believe that we actually made this. So I can't wait to see what tiny house number 3 looks like. No, seriously, this is... I think it's the nicest tiny house I've ever seen. I have already built a tiny house, I think it was 5 years ago, and the videos are all on my channel. And I lived in the tiny house for 1.5 years, and then, I don't know, circumstances changed. I moved out of the city to the countryside. I couldn't take the house with me, so I sold it. And actually, before I lived in that tiny house, I lived in a camper for 5 years. So I know that living small and living tiny and simple is my jam. I love it. But sometimes life gets in the way and I forget about that. So now I'm very, very excited for the perspective of living small again. Keep spending most of life living in the gangster's paradise.
You are nervous?
Yes, I'm always nervous when we're moving the house.
Let's go.
Okay. Okay, und stopp! Geil! Ja, ey, das sieht doch mega aus. Das sieht doch nur geil aus. Hä? Ja, krass. It's all good. Seeing the house in this context, it just makes so much more sense. Before it was just parked in front of the studio, I still loved it. I already loved it, but this, now imagine, this is a little bit better in shape. Sunlight, friends, maybe barbecue or a coffee in the morning. And then I can say, this is where I slept. That's my house.
Yeah, but one question. What do you mean with maybe barbecue?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have a barbecue. The placement is perfect for now. I cannot wait for spring to arrive and to have this house, open windows, warmth, and then to basically live outside, like full-time camping. Are you kidding me? It's the best. I moved in. I slept the first 3 nights in my tiny house and it's just perfect. Yes. Other than that, it's pretty empty, but it still already feels like a home. Now it's all about building the furniture. And that, for me, is the best part because buying prefabricated furniture is very hard to do in a tiny house. I mean, space is so sacred. And it is always the challenge to put your needs together with what you can do in this little space. And that for me, like this problem-solving challenge is just magic. I love it. With all these restrictions, you have the opportunity to come up with really, really unique ideas. And then if you put your own design on that and the materials you like to work with and the way you like to build stuff, it is guaranteed that you will end up with super unique furniture that you will love because so much went into that. I'm not getting emotional, you're getting emotional. That's an old greenhouse I picked up on Craigslist for free.
Oh yes.
This as a window in the shelf.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So far. Oh. Ist das geil. It feels so much better. Lots of headaches and problem solving, but I think it was worth it. This wasn't planned. It was planned to be completely different, but sleeping here for the first night, I realized that this window, I don't know, it felt like people could see me sleeping in bed. It was uncomfortable, so I built this and now it's solved. I just think it looks so cozy. I feel so comfortable and safe. And the interesting thing is, the more time I spend in the house, the more I understand what I need and what the house needs. And all the designs that I made up before I even lived here, they're all out of the window now because I realized I need something completely different.
Oh yes.
Hä?
Nice color.
Oder?
Sweet.
This is probably one of my favorite solutions, the pull-out table that doesn't need legs and that also has storage for an additional chair underneath. Brilliant. Great. And now?
Yes.
Hey. Ist das geil?
Ja.
Ja. Ja. Lights. That for me is so important. I learn this every time I build something that I am so specific with how I want things lit. It just gives me so much joy. That's how I start and end my day, with turning on or turning off the dimmer. And it just makes me happy.
Oh.
Ah. Another piece of furniture that I actually prioritized is my tool cabinet. I love this stuff. So turning a toolbox into a piece of furniture, essentially, probably nobody wants this, but I want it. So I build it. And I love it. This is something I see when I fall asleep. I can see my tool cabinet. And in this tiny space, I can see Smudo all the time. I can see my tools all the time. I can see my dimmable lights. Everything is so curated and so selected. Only share the space with things that you like. You haven't seen it yet, I think. I need to tell you something, please don't judge me. But I think my aluminum box addiction reached a new level. I know it's wrong. I know I shouldn't, but I couldn't resist. It was such a good offer. Don't judge me.
It's not wrong.
How could this be wrong?
Yeah.
This is great. This is Smudo's spot. Limitations are always great to spark up your creativity. Another example for that would be my corner bench with integrated storage. The main problem was that I did not want to see a hinge for this opening mechanism because I would see it all the time and it would bother me. So I came up with this leather hinge.
Oh, yes.
Hammer. Sieht ja schon so geil aus. Ah, warte. Ja. Oh Gott. Wow.
Mega fancy.
I am blown away by how this all came together. And I have to say the leather hinge might be my favorite thing I've built in a while. This is so good. And now what I'm working on right now is the kitchen.
Oh! Yes.
All of these things are a work of progress. And that is something that I learned at the big house about me and about the process in general. I don't want to be done. I want to do it. So even if all the furniture were done, I had a working kitchen, I can promise you I would start with the bed again and try to improve that. Now at the end, I did not do it in 3 months. It's been 4 months now, and that is mainly because of the water damage and because of the supply chain issues. And no, I did not manage to stay below 10K. I spent about 12,000 euros, and that is also because materials are crazy expensive right now. But as my favorite scrapyard dealer always says, when I tell him that something is more expensive than I thought, he always says, but imagine what a helicopter costs. So now it's time to end the tiny house series. As I said, this will be an ongoing process and I will keep you updated about the solutions that I come up with for the house. But spring is coming. It's getting warmer. That means we can start with the big house again. And there is still a lot to do with the big house. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I like the simplicity of my tiny house. And I will see you next week with a new video. Bye. Before you go, please help me support the sponsor that supports all of this. And this week's sponsor is Brilliant.org. We've been working together for quite a while, and that's how I got to learn math at least a little bit more than before. Brilliant is a hands-on way to learn about science, math, and computer science. And they have thousands of lessons and they add new content monthly. To try everything Brilliant has to offer free for full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/Laura Kampf or click the link in the description. And the first 200 of you will get a 20% discount off of Brilliant's premium annual subscription. Today's class is called Advanced Mental Shortcuts. I think this is something I could use. And it's about figuring out angles. Find the measure of the angle Z. 25? Oh no, that's not even an option. Oh no, Z. Okay, wait. It's either 110 or 120. Let's go with 110. It's correct! No way. So Brilliant is not only a great way to learn about math, it also teaches you to become a better problem solver, or in my case, solution guesser, which is the same thing, I think. So by doing this a little bit each day, it actually adds up to a bunch. So thank you, Brilliant, for sponsoring my channel.